MLB players have earned a pretty solid reputation over the years, but you know what they say? With great power comes great responsibility, and when your reputation is at stake, you would think players would play straight. But for some, that might not be the deal. From suspicious film signals to illegal drugs, let's see how MLB player managed to cheat their way through tournaments. But hey, you can sneak in a hit on that subscribe button before we get started, right? So, what are you waiting for? Number 6. Houston Astros. Any MLB fan would recognize this one. After all, the scandal shook the baseball industry back in 2019. Sign stealing has been a part of the baseball world for years now, but the Houston Astros brought in electronic devices in the middle of just deciphering signs and took stealing signs to the next level. It all started in 2017. 2 months into the season, the Houston Astros managed to win the World Series in 7 games, and that was a huge deal since they were one of the worst teams previously. So around the same time, 2 months into the season, the bench coach, Alex Cora, asked the former video manager of Houston Astros, Antonio Padilla, to put TV monitors below the dugouts. A video camera was placed in the center field seats to record the opposing catcher's signs. The recordings were fed into the monitor, and the monitors were then used to look at the signs of the catcher, which were relayed to the team. They had decided on their signals, which were banging on a trash can, and they used these sounds to relay what type of pitch was coming. All went well. The team celebrated their wins, and then all of a sudden, 2 years later, The Athletic published an article. The article exposed everything about the fiasco, including the method of stealing signs. Once this information was revealed, a YouTuber caught a moment in a game where the banging trash can sounds could clearly be heard. Some more evidence surfaced on the internet, like players having wires taped to their bodies, and so the investigation officially began. The culprits list included the bench coach, Alex Cora, along with the veteran, Carlos Beltran. The manager of the team didn't approve of the idea, but he chose to stay silent about it. As a result of the fiasco, the general manager, Jeff Lunau, manager Hinch, Alex Cora, and Carlos Beltran were fired. The players, however, were given immunity for their honest testimony. However, they were charged with a fine of $5 million. A month after the Astros scandal, another one came to light. Number 5. Boston Red Sox. With the Astros getting exposed, it didn't take too long for the Boston Red Sox to get caught up in the heat. The connection between the teams was mainly because of Alex Cora. The coach of the Houston Astros was also the manager of the Red Sox. Maybe Cora had a modus operandi because the Red Sox used the exact same method as the Astros. They were monitors at the dugouts, managers were watching the videos there. Except, instead of banging on trash cans, they kept it within the players. The information was relayed to a player on the second base, who then moved it forward to the others. Once again, the staff were fired, and the players did not suffer any major punishment apart from paying a fine. Number 4. Alex Rodriguez. It is hard to see Rodriguez on the list since he is one of the players with an unbelievable record. Debuting at the age of 18, Rodriguez has led his league in runs several times, hit once, doubles once, and has done everything that could make him a star player. But the A-Rod hit the point of his career, which ruined everything. He was involved in one of the most high-profile cheating scandals in MLB's history when he admitted in 2009 that he used steroids while playing for the Texas Rangers. Before his admission, the news was just speculation by Sports Illustrated, which revealed that he tested positive for steroids in 2003. After a few years, in 2013, he was once again linked with performance-enhancing drugs. He was involved in the biogenesis scandal, in which several other MLB players were also accused of taking PEDs. The supplier spoke to CBS in 2014, and he revealed that Alex had contacted them for the first time in 2010. He also revealed that Alex was specifically looking for something that could help him double his home runs, just like Manny Ramirez. By the time this case unfolded, Rodriguez was suspended for the season for being a drug cheat. It's sad because back in the 1990s, Rodriguez was an American success story, but like several others, he also got caught in the glare of the spotlight. Number 3. Max Scherzer. The use of sticky substances has been causing some very controversial moments in the baseball industry. Although using rosin is legal and players are allowed to use it to improve their grip, some players try to mix it with other substances to create a stickier effect so that they can improve their grip on the ball. Max Scherzer got caught in something similar in April of last year. The cheating move got caught when the umpire Phil Cousy conducted his routine check in the middle of the game, and he felt that Max's hands were extra sticky. So, he was asked to wash his hands under an official observation and change his gloves, which he did. After 2 innings later, Scherer was once again approached by Cousy for the checkup, and he was seen shaking his head and pleading while showing his bare hands. According to Scherer, the stickiness was just because of rosin mixing with sweat, and he even went on to swear on his kids, but the umpire was not ready to listen. To them, the level of stickiness was quote-unquote the stickiest that it had been since he had been inspecting his hands. Max was then ejected in the 4th inning of the game against the Dodgers and was suspended for the next 10 games. This moment was also seen as karma for Max because back in 2021, when he used to play for the Dodgers, he was asked to pitch in a game in the 2021 National League Championship Series. Still, he refused to do so because he had a tired arm, causing Dodgers to face elimination. So, his being accused of cheating in a game against the Dodgers was seen as a very befitting karma move. Number 2. Rodolfo Castro. In August 2022, Rodolfo Castro was caught with an electronic device while he was playing on the field. This was clearly a violation of MLB since they have a policy not to bring unapproved electronic devices into the field. MLB has a pretty lousy history of having electronic devices on the field. We have talked about the Red Sox and Astros, so when a cell phone flew out of Castro's pocket in the middle of a game, the umpire, his team, the audience, and everyone were shocked. Back then, he was still a rookie, so perhaps he wasn't used to it. Castro revealed that he had forgotten about the phone being in his pocket. However, executives wanted MLB to severely punish Castro so that it could serve as a lesson for the other players to refrain from receiving signals during the game. However, after conducting a thorough investigation, MLB confirmed the activity on Castro's phone was not suspicious, and no other evidence was found that the phone had been used during the game. But since Castro had still violated the policy by bringing the phone onto the field, even though it was unintentional, he was suspended for 1 game and was fined by MLB. Number 1. Sammy Sosa. 20 years ago, every baseball fan was talking about the infamous Sammy Sosa bat. In June 2003, during a game between the Chicago Cubs and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, a controversy erupted during the 1st inning of the game when Sammy Sosa's bat broke and the umpires found cork inside. Corking a bat is no zone in baseball because cork makes the bat lighter and a lighter bat is easier to swing, causing a disadvantage to other players. Until 2003, there were only 4 other players who were caught using corked bats before Sosa joined the list. He apologized immediately and said this was nothing but an accident, explaining that this was his practice bat that had been accidentally swapped with his other bat. An investigation was conducted and MLB confiscated all of Sosa's 76 bats to check for cork. But thankfully, none of the bats had a cork in them. As a result, he was suspended for 8 games, but that was reduced to 7 games when Sosa made an appeal. Sammy Sosa was also involved in a PED usage controversy. As per reports, Sosa had used substances to increase his performance level and even lied about it upon investigation. As per the New York Times, Sosa was also reportedly one of the 104 players who tested positive for an unspecified banned substance. It's crazy how even the tiniest movements can take away their cheating tactics. And it's sad how one player's actions can tarnish a whole sport's integrity. Who is your favorite MLB player? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned.